All right, so I just want to make some important notes about rebasing before we go into our recap. Just want to make some important notes about rebasing. So you can use rebasing to rewrite history. Most times, people can use interactive rebasing to rewrite history. So you need to use it with caution. You can use git rebase interactive source, and you can do the branch to actually like drop some unwanted changes. Like sometimes maybe somebody did a large commit and you just want to like combine some things together. You want things to be organized in a way that is more readable, like the changes are not too much overwhelming. You can squash commits. So when you squash commit, what you're doing is that you're combining multiple commits into one. Maybe you did a change. Maybe what all you did was change content. Like you change content from maybe you change colors, and so you can you can squash them, you can fix up, you can do a fix to a previous commit, you can edit a commit message or so, you can reorder commits, and you can also drop commits. You can delete a commit that you don't want, you can discard unwanted commits, and that's it. But one thing about this is that it could lead to mesh conflicts. So it's always good to handle them with caution, especially if you're doing it in a production environment. If you're doing it in a team, you have to handle it with caution, because it can lead to a lot of mesh conflicts. And you have to like once you go into like working with GitHub, you have to do things like force pushing. But it's very important if you know how to do Git rebase very well. But for the scope of our lecture, scope of our class, we're not going to look into that. So let's look at our recap, what we've learned so far. So in our recap, what we've learned so far is we looked into branch. We know a branch is a way of creating like different changes independently of each other. So one branch can check the history of can check a different history, and another branch will have a different history. And when you create a branch, it always breaks off from the parent branch you created. So it's like a breaking off. It's not as if you're creating the branch and the branch is on its own. There's always a connection from that branch. So it's leading from master to a official branch. There's always the connection. Like a tree, you have a branch, and that branch can also have other branches also. So when you so we see how to like create new branches and switch between them. So how to integrate change from one branch into another branch, and also how to resolve conflicts when they arise. We see how to handle changes when different branches collapse. We see how to remove branches that we no longer need, and we saw how to create a clean commit history by rewriting our branch history, like by rewriting our branch history, so using Git rebase. So that's how it is. You can actually create a unified commit history with Git rebase. So we'll see in the next one we talk about when we talk about working with GitHub. See you in the next one.